It was the summer of 1999, but the mountains were ruled by snow. The enemy, exploiting the advantage of altitude, was raining fire upon our troops below. The price of every victory on the ground was impossibly high. There was only one way to halt this massacre: precise, decisive attack from the air. But at 18,000 feet, where breathing itself was a struggle, flying fighter jets was a desperate gamble. The enemy was waiting with anti-aircraft missiles. Our young flight officer, flying a MiG-27, was tasked with this perilous gamble. His aircraft was designed for low-altitude attack, not these freezing heights, but the fire in his heart to save his brothers was unquenchable. On the morning of May 27th, he spoke to his loved ones for the last time, saying with a smile that the weather was bad. He knew he was embarking on the most dangerous mission of his life. As he climbed, he saw the helplessness of his comrades below. This was not just a mission. It was a final test of loyalty. He launched his first attack. The rocket was accurate, destroying an enemy bunker. But the joy of victory was fleeting. The sky suddenly filled with smoke and fire. Missiles had been fired from across the border. The pilot executed a deadly evasive turn, but his MiG-27's engine was fatally damaged. Flames erupted into the cockpit. The pressure dropped, and the aircraft became uncontrollable, spiraling down towards the earth. He had only one option: to eject. With a loud explosion, he was thrust out, descending by parachute toward enemy territory. The wreckage of his MiG-27 struck the valley floor, turning the mountain silence into a shriek. Meanwhile, Squadron Leader Ahuja, flying cover, witnessed his companion's crash. He knew that to cover the young pilot, he had to continue the attack. He did not abandon the mission. "I am providing cover. Keep your courage," Ahuja radioed, his last words. But Ahuja's aircraft too was hit by a missile. He ejected, but he was not as fortunate as his young colleague. He was captured by enemy soldiers and cruelly killed in violation of international laws of war. Ahuja's sacrifice became the epitome of courage, dedicating his life to save his comrade. The young pilot landed in the freezing, enemy-controlled area. His body was racked with pain, and the cold chilled him to the bone. He prepared his pistol, but he knew he was alone. Moments later, he was surrounded by an enemy army patrol. They stood there, weapons aimed. He surrendered. He was immediately taken to a temporary camp as a prisoner of war, POW. During the initial interrogation, he was subjected to severe torture. They wanted to extract every piece of information, every military secret. The nights were dark, cold, and agonizing. His mind constantly tormented him with thoughts of Ahuja. He blamed himself. Could he have saved Ahuja? This psychological stress was deeper than any physical pain. But in that brutal captivity, a truly human moment occurred. An enemy officer, perhaps weary of the war's savagery, chose to show respect. Putting aside the hostility, the officer offered the young pilot warm tea and praised his bravery. This small act proved that even amidst the fire of war, a flicker of humanity can persist. The officer ensured the pilot was not further tortured. For the next 8 days, he was held in the POW camp. Simultaneously, his own country's military and diplomacy fought tirelessly for his release. It was not just a fight for a pilot's freedom, it was a battle for honor and the rules of engagement. A delicate diplomatic stalemate continued, even as the war raged on. Finally, after 8 days of confinement, global pressure secured his release through the Red Cross. When he returned, he was hailed as a national hero. But he was more than just a hero. He carried the weight of Ahuja's sacrifice and the dual reality of brutality and humanity he had witnessed. After the war, he was awarded the Medal for Bravery. His story proved that war is not fought merely with weapons, but with one person's courage, a pilot's relentless will, and the determination to maintain human dignity even in the final moments. His saga is not just a tale of one pilot's bravery. It is dedicated to Ahuja's ultimate sacrifice, the shared brotherhood in the mess hall, and above all, the story of protecting human dignity, even within the horrors of war. This tale will forever remain an epic of courage and sacrifice.